what elements do you think, do you feel strongly about when it comes to the calendar, just so we can shape your perspective safely?
I think alignment, like the credibility of the league and alignment with the top 5 leagues is important.
Great.
For everyone, for them to understand, right? The league is on par with all these other leagues. Mm-hmm. Transfer market, I think, is important. And then
we also talk about the placement of the playoffs in prime.
Yeah, that one.
Weather.
Yeah.
And uninterrupted by FIFA breaks.
Right.
Which of course creates a
right placement of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Yep.
Okay. So in the event that there's a vote tomorrow,
yep.
and our leadership decides that we're going to shift our calendar to align with the FIFA International calendar, how do you think that would impact a perception of the league, both domestically and internationally?
You know, I think the beauty of MLS is how it's evolved over the years. And another step in this evolution process is aligning with the top 5 leagues and being a league that's on par with the best leagues in the world. And aligning the calendar will certainly do that.
And one of the components of this shift would be placing the postseason in May, which is late spring, isn't up against college football, NFL, but also avoids FIFA windows. What do you think a May playoff window would do for the MLS Cup playoffs as a coach?
Well, we all know how popular games are in MLS in the summertime. And when you're moving the playoffs to that period, or the end of spring, beginning of summer, that's when really people start getting outdoors and getting excited about the game. And for our prime time to be in that period as well makes a lot of sense, and will really bring more attention to our playoff system.
As a coach who is leading a team in the pinnacle of the season, which is around that playoff push and the MLS Cup postseason, how does that impact your ability to prepare a team? Does it impact the quality of play on the field, the players' mentality? How would an uninterrupted postseason impact the kind of quality in your preparation?
Sure. So I think one of the complications with our current structure is that the FIFA windows do disrupt the playoff format. And sometimes there's long breaks. Sometimes the players come back fatigued with a lot of travel. I think when you have an uninterrupted playoff system towards the end in May, in the spring, good weather, preparation period is there to really get the team focused on what they're trying to accomplish, makes a lot of sense, and really will bring that element of good preparation for a crucial time of the year.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about the fact that in a shift, we would see transfers, international transfers,
yep.
incoming and outgoing, mm-hmm. taking place during the off season. We see that there are more transfers that take place in the summer, which is currently in the heat of the MLS season.
Right.
This new calendar, we would see those taking place in the off season,
yep.
And not disrupting a team's ambitions.
Mm-hmm.
As you prepare and build a roster, what kind of an impact would it have to have the majority of your transfers taking place before the season starts align with those top leagues and when they're doing the majority of their transfers?
I think it lines up perfectly, because what you want to do is you always look to improve your team. And generally you go throughout the season and say, okay, we get to the end of the year, here's where we need to improve. And now with the FIFA calendar, or alignment with the FIFA calendar, it gives you the opportunity postseason, when most of the markets are in postseason also, is to acquire players that can help you for the upcoming season. Currently, we have 2 issues. We're trying to integrate players late into the season, and everyone else is up to speed on your team, where these new players come in who can be impactful, but it takes them a time to get settled. And then secondly, the potential that we lose one of our star players for an outgoing transfer can really disrupt things as you head towards the end of the season.
I think you hit all the points. We're absolutely perfect, because you talked about the fan engagement of the play.